Welcome to the Fishbowl Radio, everybody. My name is Chief here, and with me for this special episode is Juicy here. It's been a very interesting 2016 so far. We just got back from the Pete Maverick Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, watching LSU take on Arkansas.
Go Tigers! They won tonight.
Yeah, very
a good game.
It was a very close game. It was very interesting to see, and on the way back, I got tagged on Facebook to listen to this new show on Spreaker, which is really interesting here. I was watching it and listening to it, and you know what? It actually brought up a good question. Why did we really name this show the Fishbowl Radio? They were like, who names a show Fishbowl?
Well, Chief would know better of why
it's
named that, because I wasn't here when I wasn't part of when they originally started the whole thing.
Yeah, you were a late bloomer.
I was a late comer, but
yeah,
better late than never.
Yeah, it's one of the things that made me name it the Fishbowl is I was talking with Mike Honcho one day, and we were discussing what to even call this station. We had come through some names, we said some stupid stuff, and then we just got into conversation about how social media has really changed people's lives, and you're kind of living your life kind of in a clear plastic bowl, if you will. People can go on your profile and know what your birthday was without even meeting you at all. They can go on their profile and see if you're in a relationship, where you're from.
They can stalk you, people.
They can stalk you more than they would back before social media. So the name just kind of got around to that, and it was very interesting to see how that ended up being like that. So it's a very interesting one. So that's why we got the name the Fishbowl Radio, because stalking becomes more and more apparent in today's society than you would think there would be.
Your life is clear and visible to everybody.
On your social media, you see right now I'm tagging the people on Facebook to share it via my Facebook, and I would not have the power. You know what? I love social media. It's very interesting to see what people are up to these days. People go to different concerts and post their pictures. Ain't nothing wrong with social media, but there's for every good thing, there's a bad thing that comes with different things like that. So that's what basically led to this being called the Fishbowl Radio. So it's interesting to see what is going on. It's a very special name. I like to think it's a unique name.
It's a one of a kind for sure.
It's in case you haven't heard, the Cardinals won the game against the Packers.
I've seen that, and there's something about a coin flip I really have to read more about, because I don't know. There's something about a botched coin flip.
You said it was.
But they had a joke that they said that the Patriots had something to do with this, which, as much as cheating scandals are involved in, I don't know why it'd be surprising, but I highly doubt that.
Watch, the next headline's going to be like, toxic air discovered at Foxborough, Massachusetts.
I just seen a joke about Tom Brady facing 4-game suspension because of a botched coin flip that they so say.
They hit the referee's hand. It was completely their fault. They hit the referee's hand before he flipped it.
Yes, they're trying to control who they want to play in the Super Bowl, apparently.
Vegas is going to have a field day with that one. God dang it, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady strikes again.
Yep. Ha ha ha, I got you. But it was a very interesting game at the Pete Maverick Center tonight. It was a very interesting road trip. Juicy here. I was gonna just sit and chill tonight and hang out with some friends, but this guy's like, you want to come meet me on the road, Pete Maverick? You know, LSU.
I was just like, just get up and come with me to the LSU basketball game. And he was like, okay, what time it starts? 7:30.
Literally, I found out about this about 6 o'clock or 5:30, something like that. So,
and I was like, well, I'm on my way to come get you right now.
And I was like, okay, so got in this truck and we just went to Baton Rouge. And I have to say, I'm going to put some more pictures up on Facebook.
I didn't take that many pictures. I should have took more.
Yeah, it was nice. Pete Maverick is about the same size as the Cajun Dome.
I like
really
more.
Interesting.
I still like Tiger Stadium more than when I was looking at it from the outside.
Yeah, it was. I was really impressed what was going on. I was just reading a comment on Facebook because I didn't have no LSU gear to wear, so I wore decked out Raging Cajun stuff. I'm like, well, you know what? I got to represent my school.
It's not bad. I wore LSU to UL football game already.
Yeah, and people got in your face about it over there.
I've had a couple of players from UL even ask me, "What is that shirt? Why are you wearing that shirt?"
Yeah, that was what was going on there, but I didn't really get anybody to ask me anything. I got some looks, but it wasn't like terrible.
Well, kind of like when I went to the Texas Tech game, but I can't really say what happened.
Yeah,
it's explicit.
Well, you know what? We'll talk about it a little bit. Okay, look, you met a girl that was probably about 20, 21 years old, somewhere like that.
In that ballpark.
And Juicy went up to her, and she's like, "Oh, you're."
I was having a pretty normal conversation with her up until it took her about 3 minutes to realize I had an LSU shirt on, but I knew right away she had a Texas Tech shirt on.
And she's like, "Oh, you're an LSU fan. You literally
Go
with the F
yourself.
word. The F word.
Go bleep yourself," is what she said.
Dropping the F bombs on.
And I was like, okay, well, then I wish I'd have caught her after the game, been like, well, the scoreboard. You still think that? Go bleep myself.
Yeah, I love the passion of fans. Fans can be real interesting.
That's all right. I let my team do the talking.
I thought I don't know, it was like some guy running out of the Pete Maverick wearing a gorilla outfit. Didn't make no sense.
I seen that too. Yeah, well, I mean, LSU's got a different characters of people for their fan base.
Well, yeah, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it, but like UL, we have a toga guy. We have a guy that always wears a toga to every football game. Doesn't make any sense to wear a toga to a football game.
Apparently, he thinks he's a Roman or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they got Vikings over there. Me and Mike Honcho always bring a sign to insult the opposing team, which, by the way, the Sun Belt Conference has announced that it's had its schedule released, I think about 2 days ago. UL's got Arkansas State, Appalachian State, Idaho, and Boise State. McNeese is coming to town, too.
And they got the Georgia Bulldogs. He don't want to tell y'all that because
that's on the road. That's on the road. That's on the road. We got to go on the road. We're going to Tulane and UL Monroe later on this year. It's gonna be a very interesting road trip.
And you're going to Athens, Georgia.
No, we're not going to Georgia. There's no plans in the budget to go to Georgia.
The team's going to Athens, Georgia, but yeah. I don't know why. They already know what's going to happen.
Well, you know what? I'll say this: Appalachian State versus Michigan. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, but really highly unlikely.
Yeah, Juicy picked Alabama to win the national championship. I picked Alabama to win the national championship. Very close game.
He picked Oklahoma, people, before this Final Four stuff started.
Yes, I did.
Not even.
Oh, same thing for you.
I picked Alabama in the Final Four, and I stuck with them all the way through.
You know what? But you know what? I picked a better bowl record than you, so guess what? I win. So I win 2015 college football season, so you know what? You're out, son.
I'm sorry, people, but I didn't know a lot about the smaller teams that played.
You know what? What you call yourself an expert? If you're gonna call yourself an expert, you gotta know.
I know
all
a lot
the
about the
of the
bigger
game.
schools that played.
That's like Kirk Herbstreit picking LSU win national title. Did they win national title at all? Did they even come close to win national title?
Next year.
Oh, always next year. Always next year. Scoreboard.
Well, we got a lot of people coming back, so don't let you fool y'all. It's next year.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We'll see.
And we got number one recruiting class this year.
Yeah, you know what? Recruiting classes only go as far as your coaching allows them. I think a great coach can turn out number 5 recruiting class and number 1 team in the country.
Well, Les Miles does have a pretty good resume at LSU, so he has done, and he has a lot of players in NFL.
Miles does not win the SEC next year, he's fired.
Les Miles, the reason why...
He's gone.
The reason why it's been down the past couple of years is because we have a lot of players that like to leave early because the money talks more than staying at school.
Okay, same thing with Alabama. Why does Alabama win national titles?
Well, they do have a lot of seniors on their team.
That's what I thought.
Year. They do have a lot of seniors. They're losing 13 people this year.
But they still won national title.
Yeah, they have a lot of seniors.
Alabama's a dynasty, Juicy.
They are a pretty good dynasty.
They are a dynasty in college football. I think we should just accept the fact they're a dynasty and move on. We can't be living in la-la land anymore, so that's where that is.
All right, let's talk about something else.
Yeah. Sorry we got off subject. Well, yeah, I like, back to, what,
I don't want to talk about Alabama.
Back to what we were started on. We made this episode just to talk. I mean, it was an interesting question. I thought it needed to be addressed to Fishbowl Nation.
Who in the hell goes on the air and clowns a Fishbowl radio, especially when it's just starting out? I mean, really? I mean, who's going to... When we got thousands of listeners, and what are y'all able to talk about us for? I mean, really?
You know, it's... fun. It's
and then who gets on at like 10 o'clock at night when nobody's probably up? Listening?
Oh wait, we got a message in the chat. Let's see. My God! It's Ben. What's up? Okay, let's see. It's.
I know what's about to be down. It's tears on his face. That's what's about to be down.
This is radio broadcasting here. It's very interesting. I had some other people. Actually, we don't really use this show that much. Tales from the Fishbowl. We wasn't gonna talk about sports on this one, so we just kind of ended up talking about sports, which was kind of interesting.
Sports.
Sports. Always about sports. Speaking of which, NASCAR's about to begin again. We going ham. Okay, Ben.
Well, we going ham on y'all right now. I don't know if y'all listening.
Well, I don't want to insult anybody. I mean, they're great friends of mine, so I don't know. You don't, Juicy. You don't know.
Just say it.
You can roast them all you want, Juicy. I mean, I'm not gonna hold you.
Who's gonna go in there at 10 o'clock at night and listen to y'all? Really? Y'all, there must be some.
That's weak, dude. If you're gonna roast somebody, you gotta like.
I'm trying not to go too hard on them.
Well, the thing is, we don't have explicit playing, so yeah. If we put an explicit episode, then you can cuss all you want. But
Lord knows I want to cuss right now.
Yeah, that's. I see that now, definitely. I changed my major
to
broadcasting.
Yep.
I got to go do a 16-hour internship during the middle of the semester.
And I'm still freelancing around looking for my permanent job.
Juicy, you want to tell them what happened at Southern? Do you really want to go?
Not really. I don't want to talk about that.
I
had a bright moment. I'm not going to talk about that bright moment.
No, that was a very funny story, though. I mean, I went up to Natchitoches with you for Northwestern State. That was a pretty interesting tour around their campus. I mean, I was kind of somewhat sick.
Southern wasn't all bad, though. I'm just not going to talk about it, but it wasn't all bad. I ran into somebody that, well, back in the day, I'm just going to leave it at that.
No. I'm talking about what the police chief.
Yeah, but I'm not going to get on the air and accuse them of anything.
Well, yeah, we were having a conversation right on the road. It's very interesting. It's just forget about it. We're not going to even cover that subject. I mean, we did bring it up. Oh, I brought it up. But
it'd be a miracle if they call me. Just put it like that.
Yeah, that was a very funny moment. I think my roommate's going to clown you to death once he sees you tomorrow morning here.
Your roommate, I ain't scared of him.
Oh, yeah. Broadcasting live on the air from my apartment, you know.
Oh, well.
All the time. This straight up broadcasting. Usually we come up with a script. We usually have a script for our shows.
This episode is unscripted.
This episode is definitely unscripted, and I do not have a script, and I feel kind of lost without a script. Usually we kind of cover bases of what we're going to talk about and everything, and it's usually a pretty good idea of what we're doing, but you know, it's kind of a...
Well, we got them 2 playoff games tomorrow, but that's about it.
Yeah, what was your favorite bowl game besides the National Championship?
My favorite bowl game was...
Like your top 3.
Probably, number 1 was always the one I went to in Houston, the LSU and Texas Tech.
Yes, how was that experience?
Houston was a good place. I mean, the only thing I didn't like is they quit selling us booze at halftime because we had apparently some LSU fans. They say like 6 or 7 of them got arrested a couple of days leading up to the game, and then they also quit selling it because they was worried that they was going to run out of alcohol. Believe it or not. Well, if you're from Louisiana, you probably know why.
That's cardiac arrest. In Louisiana, that's cardiac arrest if you run out of alcohol in Louisiana.
So they had like last call on beer. I bought like 2 or 3 more of them before they had the last call. But the stadium was nice. Good people over there. The hotel owner that we stayed at, the hotel, he even brought us to the game, and he was a Texas Tech fan, of all things.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see how that goes, you know.
And then Wednesday, we spent another night. And we went around Wednesday to the zoo, to the aquarium. It was all good. The aquarium was a little bit of a disappointment, but...
Yeah, you, was it bigger than one in New Orleans, or...?
No, it was about maybe half the size. It looked big on the outside, but it was...
Oh, so it was a deceiver, in other words,
yes.
In terms
the
of size.
The whole second story was a restaurant. It wasn't a part of the aquarium.
That's very interesting to hear that, Juicy, because you would think if it being that big... Mm-hmm. On the outside, you're like, I'm going to go walk into
the zoo was nice. They had elephants, but the zoo lived up to expectations, not the aquarium. It was a disappointment. Then we went to Dave & Buster's after the aquarium.
Did the monkeys throw feces at y'all?
No, monkeys didn't throw feces at us.
Okay, yeah.